Greetings.
Yes, greetings. My name is Douglas of the Brotherhood Knights of Gore. Welcome to our encampment and full armor combat.
That was a quick
We are
5
full
minutes.
steel, full armor fighting group. We're from all over the state, both Connecticut and Massachusetts, and we perform at different fairs. We will be at the Connecticut Renaissance Fair this spring in North Haven, as well as the Midsummer Fantasy Renaissance Fair, which is in Ansonia, and will be the last 2 weekends in June, first weekend in July, and also July 4th. Connecticut Renaissance Fair will be in the late spring, including the Memorial Day weekend. I'm not sure of the exact dates of that one, but you can always look on the Book of Face for both ctfair.com and Midsummer Fantasy Renaissance Fair, and you can look that up. Excellent, well, thank you.
Right then. Ready to go? What time was it?
That was 12:17.
12:17. I can do it. That's better. Go to anything I can do. Yeah, that's much better. Armor. Okay. 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 You might as well. Okay, we're in.
Gearing up.
Hello.
Hello.
Now you need to make sure that these are not twisted. Like this one is twisted.
There it goes.
You got it?
Yep.
You got that one?
Yep.
The joy.
My friends, welcome to the encampment of the Knights of Gore. I'm Sir Jack Fastoff at your service. Presently we should be fighting in steel, wielding sword weapons. I thought I'd entertain you with an aria or two while you're waiting. Hate to see people sitting around being bored. What? How are you all enjoying the Maple Festival here this day? Hey, wonderful. I had no idea there's any maple trees in Hebron, actually. I got an education. See? You tonight can learn something if you simply open your ears. Well, that's the trick, isn't it? Well, I'm in my armor. As you can see, this is pretty much 15th century kits, probably year 1540. This is the style of the times. Armor often resembles the dress, and this is called the piece guard. It centers down to the waist, and you have these built-in tassets, as you see on the end of things. All these little pieces of metal here are called articulations. They allow me full range of motion, so that when I'm fully protected from any incoming blows, and yet I have full range of mobility to yield my weapons, sword, mace, sort of thing we like to fight each other with. Now, as armor got better and better, the sword changed. Originally, it was primarily a slashing weapon, but as armor progressed, it got thinner because slashing is relatively useless against plate armor. I'll just show you. Sword, sword, sword. This one? You want yours? Oh, you want your very own? Well, naturally. This is like this. This hand-and-a-half weapon is called a bastard sword. Hand-and-a-half because it can be used with 2 hands or 1 hand. But it gives you the kind of power and range of motion you need to attempt to go through plate armor. Like I say, most slashing attacks, more or less ineffective against someone wearing plate. More effective would be the thrust. I might be able to, perchance, land a blow under the armpits, perhaps inside the elbow, or at the neck. The murder stroke. In this, I take my blade like this, launch the weapon at my helmet upon his head, possibly driving the key-ons into his head, giving a very bad day indeed. So it's a very versatile tool. Also, you could actually pummel him. Pummeling or pommeling. Very effective, once again, in plate armor. Gives you quite a bit of power.
Sir Jack,
Hi.
should I be your puppet for that?
Oh, please. So, basically, your basic strokes, a basic slashing attack. I might slash, slash, slash. That's one way the sword can be used. Other way is the thrust. You might try to thrust. Very effective, but easily put aside, as you can see. Furthermore, I could turn this around and use the pommel. Or the murder stroke, once again. So it's actually, as you can see, a multi-purpose tool. Can be used in many fashions. Not the only kind of weapon we had. Could I have my mace? All right.
How did I know?
The mace was the favorite weapon for churchmen. Churchmen were forbidden to shed blood. However, they could break people's bones. There was once a blind bishop called Bishop Odo, and he used a mace and chain, which you probably have seen before. It's got the bit of chain and the ball on the end of it. So he could go about this horse, he'd lead him out into battle, and he'd flail away happily because he didn't have to see. The problem with Bishop Odo, he has to frequently hit his own retainers leading the horse as he did the enemy. That's a problem for his retainers, you see. But you can see basically with a slash weapon like this, very heavy. Frequently when I fight with this weapon, I have a short sword in this hand and this weapon the other, so I can open myself up, be able to launch the crushing blow with this hand. Very effective combination. Very heavy weapon, very good, even against people in plate. It's very effective because you get a lot of power in this. The Warhammer. This was specifically developed during the peak of plate armor. Here you have a weapon that's capable of penetrating plate. If you come down squarely with this, this will go right through, giving the knight side of a very bad day indeed. With the other end of this, the hammer, I can actually break the articulations of the armor. I come down and I break, smash these in so I can't move the arm. I render the opposing knights at a severe disadvantage. You can no longer move that arm to defend himself with. Very effective weapon, very easily blocked. If I go to launch a stroke,
You are right.
once again,
Right.
that's the only way it comes down. It's a big overhand stroke, very easy to block. But if it gets through, very effective.
It's in your best interest to actually avoid these shots than actually try to defend them.
And in fact, I was fighting about 2 years ago, and I had a fellow with the mace and chain. As he came at me, I simply sidestepped and let him go through. So the weapon never reached me.
Why would you want to exert all that force to put more impact on your body when you can simply just sidestep?
And go around it. And then when he's done that, he'll probably come around and attack from the side. So a lot of fighting you'll see is avoidance. You see where the stroke is coming, allow for it, move to somewhere else, and launch a counter stroke. Frequently when I'm fighting, I'll try to create a series of patterns. So I'll go slash, 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 and then he thinks I'm going there again, I'll do something different, I'll mix it up. So I create the expectation and do not fulfill the expectation. A lot of fighting's like that. Or the murder stroke, once again.
What you're about to see at 1 o'clock is very real, okay? This line, and he's going to tell you again, this is the line of death. If you cross this line, I probably can't see you. I'm going to be in a helmet, and all I'm going to be able to see is this. So put yourself into my position and do this. How much can you see around you? Not a whole lot. You can see your opponent. I can't see you. So children, youngins, don't cross the line. Parents, if you don't want your children back, let them cross the line. Okay? So that's safety 1. 2, there are blades. These are real. When you hit steel against steel, it's never a smart thing to really do. Weapons break. Stay beyond the line. Don't be up here. Hey guys, what's going on over there? You guys, please, please. I'd rather see one of us get injured than one of you, and it probably will happen. Again, what you're about to see is real. This is not staged. This is full contact. This armor is real. It takes a good hit. We'll be able to put a good show for you guys. There'll be breaks in between. We're going to explain the weapons that are being used, how they were used, a little time frame, and then we'll get out there and show you how they actually got used historically, not what you see on TV, the clang, clang, cling, clang, clang, cling, clang, 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 ding, 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 clang, clang. That doesn't happen. Okay, most fights were very, very fast. One deflection, one hit, opponent was down. That's it. There was no back and forth. You didn't want to put your sword through that kind of damage. if you have to put your sword through that kind of damage, why not be on someone's head instead of another sword?
We're talking about fighting sword on sword instead of just hitting the person.
Right, yes. Hitting the person's always better than hitting the swords back and forth. Back and forth, because that gets kind of tiring after a while too. Okay? So I was explaining to them, Alton, that this is a full contact show. This isn't fake. So if you're squeamish and you don't like to see violence, turn around, because it gets pretty violent.
Is it like scheduled?
Good day!
Good day!
I love you. I love you so very much.
I have a whip.
You are whipped. Leave. I am Master Henry Compton. I am the herald for the prestigious company before you, the Knights of Gore. Prior to doing some banging each other up in the Western style, we thought we would show you a little bit of what went on in the East. My good friend Alton Alvarez and his squire
Aladdin.
yeah, him, will now take the field and let you know a little bit about what was going on the other side of the Crusades, yes?
Thank you. Hello, natives. Once again, my name is Alton Alvarez, and I hail to you from the Mamluk Sultanate of Cairo. Now, the Mamluk warriors and other warriors of the East. Shut up!
I can't hear you.
That's not my problem. You come closer.
What?
Now, the Mamluks, the Ottomans, and other warriors of the East had a very unique style of fighting. A bit different from that of what you would see with our European counterparts. We shall begin, quite simply, the type of weapons they were using. Bear in mind, the Turks, some Persians, horseback warriors of the Central and Eastern and Western Asian steppes were nomadic warriors. They traveled on horseback. Their entire lives focused on that. So their weapons developed around it. So if you would notice, if you're on horseback, imagine if you will, it's very difficult to take a weapon and chop from that horse. You are moving fast. A straight blade would not be too effective because you have no momentum to follow through with, if I may. They learn this quite easy. So if these are my four opponents on the ground, and I'm riding by on horseback, a straight blade could actually wind up getting stuck in my meat target. That is not good. So eventually, if I can borrow your statement, what happened was these warriors began to curve their blades. Through interaction with Mongol and other Asian warriors, the Turks, the Mamluks, the Persians all began to slightly curve their blades. So, as you begin to ride by on horseback, if you think about the way you cut a piece of steak with a curved knife, the motion in itself allows a constant motion. So the curve allows a constant motion. So if you are riding through and you strike, the blade will continue through, make it easier to use off horseback. There you are. Eventually, the Ottomans developed a blade called the kilish, as you might recognize as the scimitar. And this blade, being much more curved, was one of the most effective weapons of being used off horseback and on foot because it's fast, fluid, and there's many directions of strikes that made it impossible to tell where it was coming from. So for example, if we were squaring up, we are standing off in the battlefield. The direction of this blade, the blade coming from next, was very difficult for him to detect.
Yes, over here. Pay attention to me. There's a show going on.
That's not rude or anything. Now, these blades were very tough to combat because of their fluid motion. If I were to miss a strike from him, I follow through, but then can continue to strike up, follow the motion down, with a thrust down to him. So together, very, very fast movement. Almost impossible to parry. So these blades have remained one of the most dominant forms of a blade on the battlefield for quite some time, all through the fall of the Ottoman Empire, which they continued to use them into World War I. If you see in many flags of Eastern countries today, look at Saudi Arabia, you have the scimitar on their flag, which goes to show the cultural importance of the blade as well as its long-lasting impact on the battlefield. Now, a bit more about the armor. Being nomadic horsemen, it's very, very difficult to maintain the type of armor that our European counterparts were using. Even though mail was common, another style of preferred armor was called lemelar. Lemelar are hundreds of plates of steel tied together with leather to make a very flexible, movable piece of armor. I'm going to put it down later so you can come and see it if you want. But this was very easy to repair while you're on the go. You did not need a forge. You did not need someone who knew how to make armor. With a simple knowledge of its rigging and leather binding work, you could fix it on the go, on your horse, which would save a lot of time. Which is why, as you would see, the Ottoman Empire and other empires like it lasted for a very, very long time using the same technology that they had at the dawn of their empires. So with that in mind, I think we're going close to our start. Now just a bit of an insight onto Eastern arms and armor. After the fight, please do come by and see us again. Thank you once again. I am Altan Al-Faris. Assalamu alaikum, and I will see you on the battlefield.
Good day.
Good
day. Most excellent. Well, as I said earlier, but for those of you who are just arriving, I am Master Henry Compton, herald for the prestigious company before you, the Knights of Gore. Like Master David here. Sir David of Talbot, yes?
Yes.
Wearing his armor, he's not going to fight right now. What do you think? Looking pretty smart, yeah?
Yeah.
Although not very sharp. I don't get that part, but that's all right. That bit. That's the sharp bit. Yeah. I'll stand over here.
I don't get to fight with this one today.
I don't fight at all. You might be wondering why someone like me who just talks for a living is so heavily armed. You're going to find out in a minute. These people are incredibly dangerous. If you're going to run with this crowd, you're going to want to be well armed, believe me. My Lord Geoffrey, are you ready?
All right, the first two combatants are ready.
And his opponent for this round, as intimidating as he may look, is a squire.
He's my squire. Don't forget that.
He is your squire. He belongs to you. You are his. Well, we won't say
Hello, together. Thank you. Once again, I am Altan Al-Faris of the Mamluk in Cairo, and I have been welcomed here to oversee this game of skill as the ambassador of the lake. So Lord Geoffrey is using axe and shield. Now an axe is a very effective weapon against this blade armor because I will show you however, Squire Klaus has advantages as well. He has a weapon that can be turned around and also Leon!
The louder you cheer, the harder they hit.
Very well fought. Very well fought. Did you enjoy that? Yeah! I don't want to be kidding. The louder you cheer, the harder they will hit. They love it. Once again, the master of the field, Alton Alfaris. Thank you, my lord. Now, to my left, we have the Jack Foster wearing the pinnacle of great armor development. A full suit of great armor. This covers him from nearly head to toe, makes him an impenetrable fortress on his feet. With the longsword, the weapon that is only designed specifically to combat his style of armor. He's wearing a weapon that protects him in the multi-use weapon, and wearing the pinnacle of the armor design. Our men-at-arms is wearing again red pinnacle armor, but this time given an exposed plate, which is a piece of armor that can be ready.
I caught you under there on one side, alright? I like that you actually find that. Sometimes I climb on the
With a bit more flexibility and mobility. We have two warriors, very, very evenly matched with weapons and armor. See how they want to play that. To the yield. Very good. Right? And ready? Leon! That was seen on my end. Was that seen on your end as well? Very good. We could go on the
Feel free to boo. Let him fly.
No, I guess we're going again. Very good. Right, at the ready. Leon!
Someone go head out there and tell them that Squire Tim and Lord Jeff are coming back out again.
And he handled it. It's a magical device.
So it's the handman that has to get the handman.
What's a pineapple?
Pineapples are terrifying.
It's a fruit. No, I don't want to think about that.
You ready?
What's he fighting with?
Klaus is fighting with.
It's not a pineapple.
And quiet Klaus. These two warriors have returned here using longsword to combat one another. Whether it be same kinds of armor. We shall see two evenly matched fighters in terms of armor and weapons. Not so much skill, but they shall fight one another to, what say you, first to five tonight?
Yeah.
Submission!
Submission!
Submission, 1 4, 2, the yield. With that in mind, Warrior! And we're ready!
Guard!
Leon!
Guard! Hit him with your head!
So that helmet's a little bucket, but it's actually very effective.
Charge him! Wait!
Knights have reset!
Make each other's
Let's! Leon!
Come on, Clouds, hit him!
Deck has taken the knee. The winner of this match, by result of the yield, Sir Jeffrey of
Sorry. Another 35 seconds or so, let me catch my air.
Single hand up.
one more bow.
We're going to take 5
Who
minutes.
wants one more?
Come on.
One more.
Then we shall see a final match.
It ain't over. I ain't done yet.
He wants to go again.
Oh, they're doing it again?
Knights at the ready.
Sword comes flying out.
Salute.
I have a chance to duck. You people on the other hand.
Leon.
Take her home, Sore.
Okay?
Yeah, it was a good bashing, huh?
Yeah. Huzzah! We enjoyed that thoroughly. Do it again. Do it again.
Dan?
Do it again. Hip hip huzzah! Oh, hail the loser!
Oh, have my noble Lord Jeffrey.
Hit it.
Well done.
Huzzah!
My lords and ladies, please give it up for all of our combatants.
Give me a high five.
You're so
Real knights in armor.
such a silly little
I didn't expect that.